The Last Raft. The quiet seaside town of New Orleans always seemed like a boring prison to Luca and John. They sat on an old pier covered in shells, dangling their legs over the dark water. "Look, those stupid seagulls again," John muttered, throwing a pebble at a flock of birds. "Yeah, and that stinking fisherman Uncle Joshua will yell again if we go near his boat," Luca sighed, looking at the horizon. The sun was slowly setting, painting the sea blood red. The wind brought the smell of rotting seaweed and something else, metallic. "Let's build a raft," John suddenly said. Luca slowly turned to his friend. "Are you crazy? Last time we almost drowned on that old tire." "Because it was a tire, idiot. But a raft is serious. We can sail away, well, at least to Seal Island." John's eyes were burning. Luca hesitated. "And if we get caught?" "Nobody will. We'll sail away at night," John whispered, and his voice held that dangerous conviction that Luca could never resist. For 3 days, they secretly collected materials. Boards from a collapsed shed behind the school. They creaked and were covered in strange black spots that looked like blood. Ropes stolen from Uncle Joshua's boat, old, dried out, they dug into his fingers like they were alive. Empty plastic bottles for buoyancy. Some were filled with a cloudy liquid with worms inside. The raft was crooked and shaky. When they tried to launch it at the old pier, one board immediately fell off with a terrible creak. "Damn," Luca whispered. But John was already tightening the ropes with mad determination. "It's okay, it will hold. The main thing is not to jump on it," he said, and Luca felt a chill run down his spine. They set sail at 4:13 in the morning, when the moon was still high and the shore was drowning in fog. At first, everything went well. The water was calm as a mirror. The raft creaked but held. The shore slowly dissolved into the haze. Luca laughed, splashing water on John. "We did it! We..." Crunch. The board under Luca's right foot bent. "John!" Luca's voice trembled. "Don't move!" John hissed. But it was too late. With a terrible screeching sound, the central board broke in half. Cold water gushed onto his feet. "Damn, damn, damn!" Luca grabbed the edge of the raft. But under his fingers, another board cracked. The raft was falling apart like a house of cards. "Swim to the shore!" John shouted. But the shore was no longer visible. Luca looked back and froze. The water around them was moving. At first he thought it was waves. But waves are not so selective. Shadows gathered under them. "John, what is this?" "A fin." One, then a second, then 10. The fish were too big. Their eyes glowed in the dark. "These aren't sharks," John whispered. The jaws opened. The first fish clung to Luca's leg. The pain was unbearable. Screaming, "Joan!" He tried to throw the creature away, but it wouldn't let go. Blood gushed into the water. It boiled around. John was shouting something, but Luca didn't hear anymore. The second fish clung to his stomach. The third grabbed his arm. The water turned red. An hour later, the sea was calm. Found on the shore, one of Luca's shoes, filled with sand and something slimy. A piece of rope from the raft, sticky to the touch. A board with the word "help" scratched out with a knife. The letters were uneven, as if they were written by someone trembling. But the worst thing? At dawn, the raft returned, intact. No signs of a struggle, as if the sea had carefully spat it out. And under the boards, something was moving. Fishermen say that sometimes at night near Tylene Island, you can hear 2 laughing voices. And if you look into the water in the moonlight, you can see 2 pale faces looking up from below, their mouths moving, as if calling you to join. If you hear the sound of waves at night, do not go out. It is not the wind. It is they waiting for a new victim.